Zach Edey may be a lot better than we all expected. He's been dominating the preseason so far, and really, this should have been obvious to us. With how gray the was, even in the summer league, Zach Edey has been nothing short of spectacular in the preseason so far. The 7'4" rookie has already made a massive impact on both ends of the court, and I can't wait to see how this translates to the regular season. Right out of the gate, Zach Edey put his stamp on the game. Edey finished the game with 7 rebounds in just 18 minutes. His rebounding skills are translating exactly as expected. At Purdue, rebounding was his bread and butter, and his assistant coach, Brandon Brantley, said it would be his first skill to easily carry over into the NBA. He wasn't wrong. Edey's ability to grab boards will make a huge difference for Memphis, especially since they were only mediocre in that department last season. He's already showing that he can hold his own against some solid centers in the league. It's hard to imagine his rebounding numbers not going up as he plays more minutes. However, like any rookie, Edey's got some things to adjust to. One area where he struggled was foul trouble. He picked up 2 quick fouls within the first 3 minutes and ended the game with 5 fouls overall. Memphis needs him on the floor, so it's going to be key for him to figure out how to stay out of foul trouble. Most of his fouls came from being a little too aggressive, especially when boxing out or contesting shots inside the paint. Adjusting to the NBA spacing and physicality is a learning curve, but Edey's smart enough to figure this out as he continues to get more experience. In his second game though, Edey didn't slow down. Against the Charlotte Hornets, he finished with 10 points, most of them coming from the free throw line, where he knocked down 6 of 8 shots. While his field goal percentage was a bit off, going just 2 for 8, he still managed to contribute with 5 rebounds, including 3 on the defensive end. He even had a block that led to a quick transition, showing off his defensive instincts. His ability to secure rebound after blocking shots is going to be a valuable asset for Memphis moving forward. While the Grizzlies lost the game 119-94, Edey's performance was one of the bright spots. Even though this wasn't a flawless game for him, you've got to remember, he's a rookie. It's all about progress. And in just his second preseason game, he already showed signs of adjusting. The fact that he only committed 1 foul shows that he's learning how to stay on the court longer while still being aggressive. But by his third game, it was clear Edey was starting to hit his stride. The Memphis Grizzlies faced off against the Chicago Bulls, and Edey had his best game of the preseason yet. He finished with 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. Even more impressive, he didn't commit a single foul in this game. That's a huge sign of growth in just a short period of time. What stood out the most in this game was his versatility. Not only was he scoring and grabbing rebounds, but he also dished out 4 assists. That's something you don't always expect from a player his size. His ability to pass out of the post and find open teammates is going to add another dimension to Memphis's offense. The Grizzlies ended up winning the game 124-121, and Edey's performance was a big reason why. His defense was also on full display, with 3 blocks that helped to protect the rim. At 7'4", he's a massive presence inside, and as he continues to develop, he's only going to get better at contesting shots and shutting down driving lanes. The 4th preseason game though, going up against the Indiana Pacers, exploded for 23 points and 9 rebounds, leading the Grizzlies to a 120-116 win. He shot an efficient 10 for 15 from the field, showcasing his ability to score around the basket with ease. What's really exciting about this game is that Edey didn't even start. Despite coming off the bench, he made an immediate impact and was one of the best players on the floor. That says a lot about his potential to make a difference, whether he's in the starting lineup or coming in as a spark off the bench. By the way, if you enjoy these kinds of deep dives, I'll be posting every day during the season. I genuinely appreciate it if you can subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, Edey, it wasn't just his scoring and rebounding that stood out though. His presence on defense is already causing problems for opposing teams. He had 1 steal in this game, and while that might not seem like much, it's a glimpse of how his size and wingspan can disrupt passing lanes and create turnovers. Edey's performance in this game also highlighted how much he's improved since his debut. The adjustments he's made with foul trouble are paying off, and his understanding of NBA spacing is growing with every game. It's scary to think that he's still getting comfortable and hasn't even scratched the surface of what he can do. It's pretty clear that Zach Edey is on the fast track to becoming a significant contributor for the Grizzlies. His growth from Game 1 to Game 4 has been incredible to watch. In just a few weeks, he's gone from a rookie figuring out NBA foul trouble to a dominant presence on both ends of the floor. His combination of size, skill, and athleticism is rare, and Memphis has to be thrilled with what they've seen so far. The Grizzlies were already a solid team, but Edey's presence could be the missing piece that elevates them to another level, especially on the defensive end where they struggled last season. While it's still preseason, Edey has shown that he's more than capable of holding his own against NBA competition. The question now is how this will carry over into the regular season. If his preseason performance is any indication, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Memphis looks like they got a steal with the 9th pick in the draft. Edey's already proving that he belongs in the NBA, and as he continues to develop, the sky's the limit for what he can accomplish with this team. Keep an eye on him. Zach Edey is going to make some serious noise this season. I want to talk about why I think Edey can be so great though. And really, it's all about the situation. He fills perfectly into that center spot. Next, Jaren Jackson Jr. Playing alongside Jaren Jackson is a move that could really shake things up for the team. Edey, with his towering 7'4" frame, brings a unique dynamic that complements Jackson's skills perfectly. Together, they could form one of the most intimidating front courts in the NBA, and here's why this combination could work wonders. First off, Edey's size alone is a game changer. He's a true 7-footer with a massive wingspan, which makes him a defensive nightmare for opponents. Shot blocking, rim protection, and clogging the paint, Edey's going to excel in all of these areas. Pair that with Jaren Jackson, who's already established himself as one of the league's best defenders, and it's clear this duo will make scoring in the paint nearly impossible for opposing teams. Jackson just won Defensive Player of the Year, and now, with Edey backing him up, the Grizzlies' defense is going to be even scarier. On offense, the two complement each other in a big way. Edey is a traditional big man who thrives around the basket. He's got great touch, he's a strong rebounder, and he knows how to use his size to his advantage. Jackson, on the other hand, can stretch the floor. He's an excellent three-point shooter for a big man. Jackson can pull defenders out to the perimeter, opening up space for the rest of the team. The balance of inside and outside play between them is going to be tough for any defense to handle. Another thing I love about this pairing is the potential for pick and rolls. Edey is a massive target, and when he sets screens, it's going to free up a lot of space for the ball handlers. Jackson's versatility as a shooter and slasher will create a ton of opportunities for pick and pop or pick and roll situations, making the Grizzlies' offense that much more dynamic. Imagine Ja Morant running pick and rolls with Edey while Jackson's lurking for a three-pointer. That's an offense that'll be incredibly hard to defend. Edey's rebounding is another huge factor. He's not just tall, he's a great rebounder on both ends of the floor. This will allow the Grizzlies to get extra possessions, especially on offense, where Edey can grab boards and either score or kick it back out to open shooters like Desmond Bane. Jackson's rebounding is solid, but having Edey down low gives them that extra edge they've been missing in dominating the glass. One thing to keep in mind is that both Edey and Jackson are still young, which means they've got a lot of potential to grow together. They're going to be learning from each other, improving their chemistry, and developing into an even more dangerous duo. And the fact that Jackson can cover more mobile bigs while Edey stays anchored near the rim is just another reason why this partnership is going to be so effective. In short, Zach Edey next to Jaren Jackson is a recipe for success. Their combined size, defensive skills, and offensive versatility will make the Grizzlies a serious threat in the league. I can't wait to see how they dominate together. And I briefly mentioned Ja Morant, but having Morant next to Edey, that's a combination that could really shake up the league. Edey's massive presence and Morant's electric playmaking could create a deadly inside-out dynamic that'll be tough for anyone to stop. First off, let's talk about how Zach Edey's size alone is going to be a game changer. At 7'4", he's one of the tallest players in the NBA. When he's on the court with Ja, he'll be an enormous target in the paint. Morant is already one of the best at driving and creating shots for his teammates. And now he's got a guy who can finish almost everything near the rim, throw a lob up anywhere near the basket, and Edey will go get it. On top of that, Morant's speed and ability to break down defenses are going to make Zach Edey's life so much easier. Edey is great at establishing position down low, and when defenders collapse on Ja, Edey's going to have all the space he needs to dominate in the paint. Ja's vision is insane, so those quick passes inside to Edey for easy dunks or layups, it's going to happen a lot. What I love about this duo is how they balance each other out. Ja's known for his quickness, explosiveness, and ability to get to the rim, but having Edey as a pick and roll partner, that's going to be huge. Edey sets massive screens. I mean, he's like a wall out there. When Ja's coming off those screens, defenses are going to be scrambling. Do they cover the drive or leave Edey open in the paint. Either way, it's a nightmare matchup for opposing teams. Also, let's not forget about how Edey's rebounding will impact the team. Ja Morant loves to push the pace, and with Edey grabbing rebounds, Ja can get out and run in transition even more. Edey's going to give the Grizzlies so many second chance opportunities too. He's got the size and the strength to control the boards on both ends of the court, and that's going to lead to a lot of fast breaks led by Ja. Another thing that's exciting about this pairing is how Edey's presence in the paint will open up the floor for Ja. When Edey's down low, defenses will be forced to focus on him, leaving more space for Ja to drive or kick out to shooters like Desmond Bane. It's all about creating opportunities, and Edey's size is going to demand attention, freeing up space for Ja to do what he does best: attack. And let's talk defense. Edey's length and shot blocking ability will be a great asset. While Ja Morant can focus on playing aggressive on-ball defense, Edey will be there as the last line of defense, protecting the rim. This combo is going to make life hard for teams trying to score in the paint. In short, Zach Edey's presence is going to take a lot of pressure off Ja Morant and give the Grizzlies a whole new dimension. They'll be able to dominate in the paint, control the glass, and create mismatches all over the court. I can't wait to see how these two work together, and I keep briefly mentioning Desmond Bane, but man, what Edey is going to make life so much easier for Bane. Bane's an exceptional shooter, and having Edey down low is going to create so much space for him. When defenders have to focus on Edey's dominating presence in the paint, it'll free up Bane to get open looks from three-point range. Imagine Bane curling around screens and getting those quick open shots. It's going to be a shooting clinic every time they hit the court. Now let's talk about Edey's ability to finish around the rim. He's got great footwork, and he knows how to use his size to score effectively. When Bane drives to the basket, he'll have Edey waiting in the wings to clean up any missed shots. Bane can either kick it out to Edey for a dunk or rely on Edey to grab those offensive rebounds and put them back in. This partnership is going to lead to a lot of easy baskets. Edey's rebounding skills are another factor that's going to benefit Bane immensely. Edey can dominate the boards on both ends of the floor. When he secures a rebound, it allows Bane to push the pace. With Bane's speed and shooting ability, they can turn defensive stops into quick transition points. Bane loves to get out, and run means Bane will have the freedom to do just that. Defensively, Edey's size will also play a significant role. With him patrolling the paint, Bane can be more aggressive on the perimeter. He won't have to worry as much about getting beaten off the dribble, knowing Edey is there to help protect the rim. This defensive strategy allows Bane to disrupt passing lanes and create turnovers, leading to fast breaks. Bane's quick hands and ability to read the game are going to shine when he knows Edey has his back. Let's not forget about pick and roll opportunities. Edey's massive screens will make it nearly impossible for defenders to navigate. Bane will be able to use Edey's size to either pull up for an open shot or dive to the rim for a layup. And if the defense collapses on Bane, he can dish it out to Edey, who'll either score or draw a foul. Their chemistry in this aspect will be thrilling to watch. And the best part, both players are young and have room to grow. As they continue to develop their games together, their synergy is only going to improve. They're going to learn how to read each other's movements and develop an unspoken understanding on the court. This growth will make them an even more dangerous duo as they gain experience together. In summary, Zach Edey and Desmond Bane have the potential to be a dynamic pairing. With Edey's size and rebounding ability and Bane's shooting and scoring prowess, they're going to create mismatches that defenses will struggle to handle. But a pairing I haven't mentioned yet, Edey and Marcus Smart. These two are defensive monsters. When Smart is out on the perimeter, he's going to be aggressive, putting pressure on ball handlers. If a player manages to get past Smart, they'll have to contend with Edey waiting at the rim. I mean, can you imagine the frustration for opposing players? They're either getting swatted or having to adjust their shot at the last second. Now, let's talk about Smart's defensive IQ. He's known as one of the best defenders in the league, and rightfully so. He understands the game at an elite level, reading plays before they even happen. With Edey behind him, Smart can be even more aggressive. He can gamble for steals, knowing Edey is there to back him up if he gets beat. That confidence is going to elevate Smart's game to another level, and it's going to create so many turnover opportunities for them. And when it comes to rebounding, Edey's size will make a huge impact. He's not just tall, he's also strong. He can box out effectively and grab those boards. Smart's hustle and determination on the glass will complement Edey's rebounding abilities perfectly. They can create second chance opportunities on defense, allowing them to push the ball and create fast breaks. It's all about turning defensive stops into offensive opportunities. And they'll do that brilliantly. Another aspect of their defensive synergy is how they can switch seamlessly. Smart's versatility allows him to guard multiple positions, and with Edey's ability to protect the rim, they can switch on pick and rolls with ease. If a guard tries to exploit a mismatch, Edey will be right there to contest the shot. Their ability to communicate and coordinate on the floor will create a solid wall that opposing teams will struggle to penetrate. And don't forget about Edey's shot blocking ability. He's a natural shot blocker, and with Smart's relentless pursuit of the ball, they'll be able to create a lot of chaos on defense. Smart will pressure ball handlers, and when they think they can drive in for an easy bucket, Edey will swoop in and send that shot back. That combination will be demoralizing for offenses, making them think twice about attacking the paint. Finally, this partnership will thrive on effort. Both players are known for their grit and determination. Edey works hard to position himself defensively, while Smart never takes a play off. Their shared mentality will create a culture of defense that's infectious. When they give their all on that end of the floor, it'll inspire the rest of the team to do the same. In summary, Zach Edey and Marcus Smart have the potential to create an elite defensive pairing. Edey's size, rebounding, and shot blocking, combined with Smart's intensity and basketball IQ, will make it extremely tough for opposing teams to score. I'm super excited to see how these two work together and wreak havoc on the defensive end. But the fact that Edey could be so good, look what he was doing in the Summer League. Zach Edey made a spectacular entrance into the NBA Summer League. The former Purdue superstar really turned heads in his debut with the Memphis Grizzlies, showcasing his incredible skills and potential. In his very first game, he notched a double-double, which is no small feat. He scored 14 points, snagged 15 rebounds, and even blocked 4 shots. Talk about a dominating performance. In a thrilling matchup against the Utah Jazz, Edey demonstrated his ability to make clutch plays. With just 0.2 seconds left on the clock, he executed a game-tying tip-in that sent the contest into overtime. Now, that's the kind of stuff you love to see from a rookie. Unfortunately, the Grizzlies fell short, losing 97-95. Still, Edey's effort and skill were undeniable. One of the biggest questions was his ability to run the floor. After all, moving from college to the NBA isn't an easy transition, especially for a big guy. But oh boy, did he provide an answer? Even though it was just one game, he showed that he can absolutely keep up. There was a buzz in the arena, with many fans glued to their seats to watch the 9th overall pick in action. It was thrilling to witness. Edey's performance against the Utah Jazz's Walker Kessler was particularly exciting. Kessler, a third-year player, is known for being one of the best centers in the Summer League. But Edey held his own. He showcased some solid screens, proving he can be a great teammate on the offensive end. His rim protection was impressive too. Edey made it clear that he's not afraid to challenge shots and protect the paint. Despite his limited play time, only 6 quarters of summer basketball due to ankle injuries, Edey's performance was enough to get fans and analysts buzzing with excitement. He showed all the signs of someone who could make a real impact in the NBA. How often do you see a player come in and immediately make such a statement? As the game progressed, it became clear that Edey was more than just a big body on the court. His ability to score in the paint was impressive. He positioned himself well, utilized his size, and displayed some soft touch around the basket. Watching him dominate the boards was a joy too. Those 15 rebounds weren't just a number. They were a testament to his work ethic and determination to make a mark in this league. Now let's talk about the energy Edey brought to the floor. You could see how excited he was to be playing in the NBA. His enthusiasm was infectious, and it lit up the court. The crowd felt it, his teammates felt it, and it made the whole experience electric. It's always inspiring to watch a player who's so passionate about the game. Edey's ability to adapt and show what he can do, even in a limited role, is truly remarkable. He didn't shy away from the competition, and that speaks volumes about his character. It's clear that he's ready to take on challenges head on, and if he continues to develop his game and stay healthy, he could become a key player for the Grizzlies moving forward. His performance also raised some eyebrows among the coaching staff. They got to see firsthand how much potential Edey has. They must be excited about the possibilities and what he can bring to the table in the regular season. The anticipation for what's next in his career is building. One thing's for sure, Edey's got the talent to be a difference maker. Fans are already buzzing about what he could achieve if he keeps improving. It's going to be fascinating to see how he progresses through the season and continues to adapt to the NBA style of play. As we look ahead, I'm excited to see how he fits into the Grizzlies system. With his size, skill set, and work ethic, there's a lot to be optimistic about. There's no doubt that his debut has set a high bar, and I can't wait to see what he does next. If that was just the beginning, then fans are in for a real treat. And it seems like it was after seeing how he played in the preseason, but it's really weird when you think about Edey, because he has a lot of hype coming into the NBA, a lot more than some of the best centers in the NBA currently had at their time. I mean, look at the Joker. Zach Edey stepped into the NBA with a wave of excitement that Nikola Jokic just didn't have. Back when he joined the league, Edey was a star at Purdue, dominating college basketball and making headlines everywhere. His massive frame and skill set had fans buzzing, and there were high expectations right from the start. When Jokic entered the league, he was a bit of an unknown. Sure, he showed promise, but the hype just wasn't there. People didn't quite know what to expect from him. He was a second-round pick, and the talk around him was nowhere near as loud as it is now. Edey's transition into the NBA has felt like a grand event. His size, standing at 7 feet 4 inches, caught everyone's attention. Combine that with his impressive double-double performances, and it's clear why everyone's so hyped. People are eager to see if he can replicate that success at the professional level. On the other hand, Jokic had to fight for recognition. He developed into a star through hard work and consistency, earning 2 MVP awards along the way. But early on, he was more of a sleeper pick, while Edey seems to be stepping into the spotlight immediately. It's exciting to think about what Edey can do with all this hype. If he can harness it and translate that energy into the game, who knows how far he can go. Overall though, Zach Edey is coming into the NBA with a lot of excitement, and I can't wait to see if he can dominate in his rookie season and possibly win Rookie of the Year. He's stepping into a great situation with the Memphis Grizzlies, who are looking to bounce back after a tough year. The suspension and injury to Ja Morant really hit them hard, but with Morant back in action and a healthy roster, the Grizzlies are primed for playoff contention. Edey, the towering 7 feet 4 inches center, is expected to be a superstar within his role. It's all about being a front court anchor. I mean, blocking shots, setting screens, and catching lob dunks. Those are jobs he should handle with ease. He'll have some amazing teammates around him to make that happen. Think about it. Morant, Desmond Bane, and Marcus Smart make up a versatile backcourt that's going to be fantastic in the pick and roll game. And defensively, Edey couldn't ask for a better partner than Jaren Jackson, a former Defensive Player of the Year. These two are going to make scoring in the paint a nightmare for opposing teams. Just imagine all those shot blocks. On offense, Edey will also benefit from playing alongside Jackson. Jaren's a proven perimeter threat, which will help space the floor for Edey to work his magic around the rim. Edey's the only true center on the roster, aside from Santi Aldama, who leans more toward a perimeter-focused game. It's like the Grizzlies hit the jackpot by selecting Edey with the 9th overall pick in the draft. I can't help but feel the pressure's on for him though. He's the only major change to the roster this offseason, which makes him a focal point right from the get-go. But that pressure doesn't seem too daunting, especially with the news that Brandon Clark is ready for his first full season after recovering from an Achilles injury. The front court is feeling fresh and rejuvenated. But here's the thing. Head coach Taylor Jenkins has some decisions to make. Both Edey and Clark aren't known for their shooting, so playing them together might not be the best idea to preserve floor spacing. The Grizzlies have struggled with scoring in half-court situations for several seasons. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jenkins look for combinations that include 4 3-point shooters on the court at once. It's all about finding the right balance. What excites me the most is Edey's potential to impact the game right away. He's got the height, skill set, and intelligence to make an immediate mark. Plus, the Grizzlies have a strong team around him. I'm eager to see how he adapts to the NBA level and handles the physicality of the game. If he can protect the rim and finish strong around the basket, he's going to shine. Imagine Edey's presence in the paint. Opposing teams are going to have a hard time scoring when he's there. He's already shown he can block shots and make life difficult for shooters. I can see him being a defensive anchor for the Grizzlies. And don't forget about those lobs. With Morant's passing ability, Edey will have plenty of chances to catch alley-oops and showcase his athleticism. And let's not overlook his rebounding. Edey collected an impressive number of rebounds in college, and I expect him to do the same in the NBA. The Grizzlies need that tenacity on the boards, especially with their focus on getting out in transition. If Edey can control the glass, it'll give the team extra possessions and create more scoring opportunity. The potential for Edey to grow as a player is massive. He's entering the league at the right time, with a coach who knows how to develop young talent. It'll be fascinating to watch his evolution throughout the season. Plus, with a team like Memphis that values defense and toughness, Edey fits right in. As the season progresses, I'm excited to see how Edey meshes with his teammates. Team chemistry will play a significant role in his success. If he can build a solid rapport with Morant and the other guys, they'll be able to maximize their potential as a unit. I'm looking forward to those highlight plays and the chemistry developing on the court. Winning Rookie of the Year isn't easy, but Edey has all the tools to make a serious run at it. If he can stay healthy, contribute on both ends of the floor, and put up impressive numbers, he'll definitely be in the conversation. With the buzz surrounding him and the expectations placed on him, I can't help but feel a sense of excitement. This rookie season is going to be crucial for Edey. It's his chance to show the world what he's made of. If he can embrace the moment and shine in his role, he could easily carve out a niche for himself in the NBA. I can't wait to see him take the court and show everyone why he was such a highly touted prospect. Zach Edey's got all the makings of a star, and the NBA is about to find out just how good he can be. The energy around his rookie season is palpable, and I'm ready for the ride. Let's see if he can dominate and put his name in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. The anticipation is electric, and I'm here for it all. If you enjoy these kinds of deep dives, I'll be posting every day during the season. I genuinely appreciate it if you can subscribe. Thanks for watching.